The first thing that you'll get when you sign up for the Young Foragers Club is this basic instructions that goes over all the details of how you do, or just how the club works. So I'm just gonna walk through this right now with you. So there's a little introduction for your children about why foraging is an important skill to learn, and how these wild weeds that grow around us are actually amazing plants that have been used as food and medicine throughout the history of the world, and how they can now learn to use those plants too. And then how to use this club. It goes through the 5 learning units that the children will go through in order to earn the badges. Just gives a very quick introduction to each of them, which we'll go into more detail later. And then there's a note here, so there's worksheets that you will also get when you sign up for, you can fill out for every step that your children have to report on for the information that they've learned and applied as part of this club. So the worksheets are just kind of something for you to base off of. You can fill out the worksheets, or we recommend your children starting a nature journal to go along with the club, and then they can just write all the information in their nature journal and just look off the worksheets to make sure that they're putting all the right information so that they can report back on it. Do you need to do all the badges in order? No, you don't. As you will see later, they all go along with each other, so there's plenty to do all the time. Just keep good notes so that as you report back and earn the badges, then you make sure you've done enough for each of them. And then, do you have to study all the plants in this guide? No, it's up to you, whatever plants you want to study. If you get the guides, they include some of the most easy wild edibles that are really common to find, and easy recipes that we've used, and all our hints and tips that we've collected over the years. But if you just want to wing it and learn about the plants that you find that maybe you're not part of the Young Foragers Club, you are free to do that as well. So now going into details for each of the badges. Your first badge is the Eagle Eye Identifier, which is where your child will learn, really do a deep study on each of the plants that they choose. You're going to study the description, what the plant looks like, its common habitat, the history of the plant, its edible parts, medicinal uses, its part of the ecosystem, and any potential lookalikes. So your children will do that for 30 wild plants to earn the first badge. And the second badge is the Safe Searcher. And this one is about foraging safety and making sure that they are 100% positive in their identification of wild plants before they eat them, and that they know what plants are dangerous in their area. So these 2 badges we recommend starting at the same time, so that you start learning the plants, but you also learn how to safely identify them and use them. Then the next 2 badges, after your children can confidently identify the plants and know that they have safe to eat ones, then they will do the Wild Chef and the Wild Healer. They will use those plants in recipes, and they will learn easy herbal medicine, things like teas and salves and stuff. Really easy, approachable things for beginners, just so that they can start seeing that these plants aren't just plants growing outside, that there's something that they can actually use for food and medicine that people have done for hundreds and hundreds of years. So they get to take part in that through the Wild Chef and the Wild Healer, and that's where the hands-on learning really comes in, these 2 badges, where they can really apply all that they learned. And the final badge is Friend of the Wild Things, where they will learn how the plants are part of the ecosystem of nature, and how the wild animals around us are also using these plants for food and shelter and other uses. So they're going to study the relationship between wild plants and animals around them. And then they're going to complete projects to help support wildlife in their area. And then the last pages on here is just how to submit the information so they can earn the badges. Suggestions for very young foragers. So I do want to note the club is designed for like children ages 6 to 13. It's kind of the age range that we're going for. But the guides are written for a 6-year-old wouldn't quite understand them. They're a little more advanced, so I'd say maybe 9 and up is the age range for the guides. But we do want to put as much information in there, so I didn't simplify them too much. But I have suggestions for how you can adapt this club for the younger learners, children 6 or even younger. If you have a 5 or 4-year-old who wants to join in with their siblings, like, you can just like have them just simplify the information so they can learn it, and just write a few things. Like, they don't have to go super in depth at like we encourage the older children to do. They can just learn as much as a parent. You can judge what their level is. You can read them on the information and then just focus on writing down for them whatever. So here's suggestions for how to adapt it for the younger learners. And the last page of this is our field guide recommendations, because this guide in itself is not complete enough to give 100% identification on all these plants. We always recommend checking multiple trusted sources that go into detail. So we recommend checking out these different field guides and finding ones that go in your area. So that's what you will get for the first basic introduction for the Young Foragers Club. And then, as mentioned before, the full guides for this club are still in the process of being fully developed. But if you sign up for the early bird discounts, then you will get a starter pack to get you started of the identification guide and then the safety guide. So I just wanted to show you real quickly a few of the pages that are included for each of those guides. So this is not all the pages that would be there, it's just kind of a sampling. So here's the front cover for the Young Foragers Guide to Wild Edible Plants. The first few pages, this is one of them, kind of talk about like the science behind plants, really basic things to get you started to make sure that you're really digging deep and understanding everything about plants. So there's a few pages of that. There's only one here, and then there are plant profiles. If you sign up now, you will get 6 plant profiles for plants that are easy to find now in early summer. So 2 of them are common dandelion. So we go through like all the description, habitat, how to eat it, scientific name, pictures, history, part of the ecosystem, medicinal uses, and potential lookalikes. So we go through that with each plant. And then the other plant featured here is yellow wood sorrel with the same information. So you will get 6 plants with this first batch release that you will get as a download when you sign up right now. By the end of the summer, there will be 15 plants total. Their plant profiles that will all be sent to you. And then if you sign up for the membership club, you will get 15 additional plant profiles sent to you by next spring. And then a sampling for what you'll get in the safety guide. Part of it is these safety rules for young foragers. Always make sure they're following as they're out foraging. Some of suggestions for identification resources like field guides and websites and other sources that you can use to help you identify the plants. And then one of our core parts of the wind pass. And then one of our core parts for our Young Foragers Club is our 7 steps to positive plant ID. So these steps to make sure they go through with every plant to make sure that they are identifying it correctly, checking all the reliable sources, and that they are confident that they know what this plant is before they use it in any way. So those are just a few of the pages that they'll get as the starter pack for the safety guide. So that is a sampling of what you will get if you sign up right now. And then by the end of the summer, you will get the rest of the safety guide, the rest of the identification guide, plus our cookbook, our beginner's herbal medicine guide, and our guide for the Friend of the Wild Things badge. So I guess that's it. If you have any questions, you can feel free to message us on Facebook or email or our website. Just let us know if you want to know more about the club, and we hope you sign up for our early bird discounts and get to take advantage of all these learning opportunities. And now's a great time, summer, families are spending time together outside a lot, so get interested in what those wild plants are in you and get to learning them. So I hope your family will join us on this foraging adventure, and we look forward to serving and learning with you. So thank you for your time, and God bless, and we'll see you all later.